Welcome to another MP4Nation.net play and review. Today we have the new Optimus Touch 2nd generation MP4 player. Here's the box for it. It's basically a generic player. It comes in this nice generic box. You know, Optimus is basically our generic, what we call our generic players. So here's the player itself. It is a touchscreen player with a 2.8-inch touchscreen. It does use an Ankaya chipset, and it does run on the WR runtime, which is basically a flash user interface. It's actually really thin, if you can see right here. It's got a nice back to it. It's a metallic body. It does have a 1.3 megapixel camera over here. This does have 4 GB of internal memory. It does have a mini SD slot where you can add up to additional 4 GB of memory also. 3.5mm headphone jack, and also acts as a TV out slot and your 5-pin USB slot. And your on-off buttons up here. Turn it on. The player does have a very shiny front to it. And see, so there is a lot of reflection definitely on the player, but straight up, it's very clear to see the screen. At first, when I first got this player, I actually thought there'd be a lot of too much reflection on the screen to see the actual screen below, but that's not the case. It actually comes out quite nice. It is touchscreen. It does have standard features, your ebook. It does have a paint program. Can't say it's the best. A calendar, which just shows dates. Games, where you can load different flash games that you can download off the internet in shockwave format, and it'll play on this. Your camera viewer, your settings, your music player, your video, and your picture viewer. Let's just start with the ebook. The ebook is pretty much the smoothest scrolling that you'll get on this player. It's quite nice. You can bookmark and stuff like that, so it's quite nice. Very simple. And this is a resistive touchscreen. So, and I will be honest, it's not the best touchscreen that I've seen, that's for sure. It does have a stylus pen up here. Very thin, very, flimsy, I'll say. The paint program, well, I can't really recommend this for any serious use. Maybe some random doodling while you're just waiting, but it's basically the paint program lacks because of the touchscreen. The Ankaya chipset is good for audio and is good for video, but overall it's not powerful enough to handle a touchscreen interface of this sort. So, but it will do for this type of player. Nope, don't save. You have your regular calendar viewer. Can't really do much with it, to be honest. But it's there for you, for your enjoyment. It does have flash games. It does come preloaded with 2 flash games. This is like a take on Whack-A-Mole. The games actually play pretty smooth on this, and the screen works well. There's literally, there's a lot of games that can work on this. Any shockwave games that only deal with, clicking inputs will work fine on this, because your finger basically acts as a click input on this. There you go. Anyway, games on this are quite fun because it does handle them pretty well. You have your camera. It can also act as a web camera too when it's connected to your PC. So I can't say that, again, the camera is only 1.3 megapixels. It's CMOS camera, so don't be expecting the best images from this. It's just for some random casual uses, what you'd probably most want to use this for. It does allow for video camera also, but again, the quality isn't the best, so take that into account. And here's your normal settings. You can calibrate. You can change your TV out so you can be PAL, NTSC, or LCD. So that different languages, does have multiple language support also, so that's nice. Anyways, and your music player, which is quite nice because it does sort by alphabet, so alphabetically, sorry. It can sort by musician, album, or all the songs, or if you have voice recordings, you can look in there. And it does support album art also, so that's quite nice. I can't say, this is where the touchscreen is most lacking, is in the volume control. It's you can't really use it as a slider, but if you point like that, it does work. And same with that. And again, a very iPod-ish UI. It does support MP3, WMA, FLAC, and APE file format. So, and it does allow for sorting of audio, as I showed before. And there you go. Unfortunately, with this, you can't multitask with the audio, so you can't be having the music and then looking at your pictures and stuff like that. Unlike the Onda VX525, which is a similar player but with a nicer chip. Your video playback is pretty good. Most videos have to be in a 320 by 240 aspect ratio, otherwise it won't play very smoothly on this. It does support MP4, AVI, RMVB, FLV file formats. So, oh no, actually I don't think it. Sorry, I don't think it plays RMVB file formats. The viewing angles, I guess, on the screen would be nice if it wasn't for this very shiny outer exterior, which causes a lot of extra glare. Again, look at how thin that nice player is. It does have a decent loudspeaker. The TV out is, TV out's decent too. What we've come to expect on most MP4 players at this time. Nothing fantastic, but it'll do. And again, fast forwarding is a bit of a nuisance on this too, if you're trying to use the scroll bar, but it's easier on the if you just use your buttons up there. Anyway, there you go. And here you have it, the Optimus Touch 2nd generation MP4 player. It is a very simple touchscreen player. It does have a good music and video interface. It does play a lot of video formats. It is, like I said, a simple touchscreen player. It's very similar to the Onda VX525, but the 525 does have a more powerful chipset. So videos do play smoother on the 525 than on this. Audio quality on this and the 525 pretty much the same. You see, it's very slick. The best part about this is that it does have TV out and has 4 GB of internal memory, and will only cost about $59.50 from our site. So it's a very good deal, especially for this Christmas period. Let me just show you what happens when it goes on hold. Show a nice little sleek feature there. Ooh, should be coming up. There we go. If you set it, you can have the current time and stuff, but I haven't set it on this, and you can just slide to unlock. There are 2 other features here. There's a voice recorder and a notebook function where you can write little notes if you want. The voice recorder, so it acts like a dictaphone. And there you have it, the Optimus Touch 2nd generation. You can head on over to mp4nation.net to check this out, or head on over to our forums to discuss this. Just turn it off. Whee. There you go. Thank you.